Hi, this is Jacob with the Florida Keys Wedding Channel. This is episode 2, and it's for those of you who are engaged. You're looking to get married, you're looking for a destination, and the number one destination in the United States is the Florida Keys. So I'll be speaking with 3 fantastic vendors today to help you make some decisions on where and how you want to have your wedding somewhere in the Florida Keys. First, we're going to meet with Nancy with Unique Delights Custom Cakes, and she is amazing when it comes to making wedding cakes as well as groom's cakes and any type of dessert you might want at any wedding function or other function. Second, we'll be meeting with Debbie with Caribbean Catering, who has been in Islamorada for over 16 years, not only offering catering services, but much more than that. And last but not least is Russ Ginsburg. He is an incredible DJ, MC, host. He will get your party going with the right music, lighting, you name it, he's your guy. So welcome to episode 2 of the Florida Keys Wedding Channel, and enjoy. Hi, I'm in Islamorada with Nancy Davila with Unique Delights, a incredible cake, or baker, I should say.
Thank you.
Nancy, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jacob.
So can you tell me a little bit about Unique Delights?
Sure. It is basically its name. I create unique cakes, mostly weddings, but I can do groom's cakes, but anything that's very unique, all custom orders.
Now, I've looked at your website and I've seen some pictures, and I am absolutely amazed, and you got to take a look at her website and see some of these cakes that you're making. How do you do that, and how did you learn to do that?
I tell you that I'm very creative by nature, and I think I can create a masterpiece out of just about anything. Why not cake? So I just started dabbling one day, and I had no clue how fun that was. And an interest turned into a hobby, and a hobby turned into a career. It was really neat.
So I got a chance to get a little footage of Chef Tyler in the back cooking, and can you tell me a little bit about him?
Oh, Tyler is amazing. Tyler actually is a friend of my daughter's, and I needed help. I was becoming overwhelmed to do cakes, baking, everything, and I gave him the opportunity and started teaching him how to bake.
He seemed to me like he's very much a perfectionist.
Oh, a perfectionist he is. He's very detailed, has great ideas, shoots some things at me, asks me, can I add this? What do you think about that? I gave him the freedom, the creative freedom to go ahead and do whatever you think, and it's been amazing, amazing.
So for the wedding season, I mean, how many cakes are you doing during the course of a week?
In the course of a week, the busiest week I've had is 13 cakes, which include creative cakes that may take anywhere between 10 to 20 hours. You can do from a little mini cupcake to a rehearsal dinner, and for the rehearsal dinners is where we bring in the very creative groom's cakes. And I've done everything from a Lamborghini to a dolphin to a baseball cap, an octopus, you name a few. If you go on my website, you'll see incredible things.
How much notice does somebody need to give you in order to prepare a cake?
Well, the safest number would be 3 to 6 months. Going into the season, and our season typically is anywhere from January through May, we're very busy, 6 to 9 months in advance. I get booked very quickly, and when it's something that's very intricate, I have to close the calendar or the day after so many cakes, because it does require a lot of work.
What would you think is this the craziest cake that you've ever done?
Probably the hanging cake. It was hand painted, and in the center it had a cage, and we had some butterflies and flowers all within the middle of the cake.
Live butterflies?
And it was hanging from a tree. Edible butterflies.
Edible butterflies.
All made of sugar, hand painted.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So being in Islamorada, do you go down to Key West? Do you go up to South Florida?
I go pretty much all of Florida. I've traveled the state map.
Oh,
honestly,
really?
I've been to Key West, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville's my furthest spot.
That's some serious demand for your cake.
Yeah, they are my customers who want what I can provide for them, something creative, so yes. The customer may come up with an idea. The moment they say, well, what do you think about this? I don't stop there. I say, what do you think about this and doing this with it? For example, I had a client in Tampa who loves Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So we created her husband and her character sitting on the chair of the Game of Thrones on top of this cake that was just all detailed. And the entire platform was all metal, antique looking. So it was very different.
When did you come down here and why pick the Keys?
Well, my father was a local fisherman, and I grew up down here. And you know, when you're a kid growing up, you think, wow, it's so boring, there's nothing to do, until I moved away. Then I found out, wow, I used to snorkel, I used to dive, I used to do this, that, and I missed it. And after you grow up and you move away, you realize you lived in paradise all the time.
Right.
So when I decided to do this whole business industry, I said, wow, man, if I could do this in the Keys, and here I am, never happier. I mean, having a business and living in paradise, what a combination.
So Nancy, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise, Jacob, thank you.
You got to check out Unique Delights. The website is down below, and take a look at her work. And I guarantee you, I've tasted her cake. It's fantastic.
It is.
And give her a call, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Debbie Parag with Caribbean Catering in Islamorada. Debbie, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Jacob? Thanks for coming down to Islamorada to see us today.
My pleasure. So tell us a little bit about Caribbean Catering. How long have you been down here for?
Caribbean Catering has been in this location in Islamorada for 16 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And what type of food do you specialize in?
We specialize in fresh Florida cuisine. We call it Floribian. We do local fresh fish, fresh pineapple salsas, fresh seafood, shrimp, Key West pinks. We try and keep the food very light. All the sauces are made fresh. We don't use any processed foods at all.
And if some people have certain requirements for the type of food, can you specifically
Absolutely.
do?
We have our specific menus that we do, but we always do special requests. And nowadays we get a lot of requests for the vegetarian and the vegan options.
Right.
And we have a lot. We've done quite a few pure vegan, pure vegetarian weddings. So definitely that's an up and coming trend.
So being so successful over the years, what separates you from the competition down here in the Keys and even up into Dayton-Broward County?
Well, I think that's our forte here at Caribbean Catering, and what has made us so successful is that we're a one-stop shop. Most other caterers just do catering, and here at Caribbean Catering, we're all encompassing. We do wedding planning, we do flowers, we do officiants, we do all of your rentals, your setup, your decor. We're a one-stop shop. So you're not having to work with 5 or 6 different vendors and coordinate yourself, getting everything, all the different vendors, and who's responsible for what can be a task when you're not here for the destination brides.
Right, that you're just not doing the food, you're
Right.
encompassing the whole
Everything.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. It also makes us very price competitive because when you're piecemealing everything out, it tends to be more expensive. And it's definitely more cost effective when you're dealing with one vendor who's getting you discounts and putting it into a package.
Right.
So real cost efficient. Right. Jacob, another thing I think that sets us apart from other caterers in town is we are dedicated only to catering. We're not a restaurant, so we're not on Saturday night trying to feed our whole kitchen full of customers.
Right.
We are only dedicated to our bride of the day, and so I think that's another thing that's real important is the attention that our brides get from us.
I was able to come here a little earlier, and I saw you doing a food tasting here.
Yes.
Is that something that you commonly do for
Yes,
obviously
yes.
the people that can make
We
it?
always offer a tasting. Many brides live too far away and they can't come, so a lot of times we just do Skype meetings with brides and FaceTime meetings. But the ones that are here in South Florida or the brides that do want to make the trip down, we definitely do tastings. Absolutely.
And your season runs from what part to what part? Is
All
it-
year round, actually, now. Slow season is July and August because it is so hot here in the Keys, and to do a beach wedding is definitely hot.
Right.
But the rest of the year, we're busy.
And I understand that more and more people are getting married during the week.
Yes,
than
yes.
just on the weekends. So.
Absolutely. For a destination wedding, if people are coming for, 3-4 days or a whole week, they're here anyways. So yes, definitely. And a lot of vendors do give the discounts midweek if you do a wedding Monday to Thursday. A lot of places.
Nice.
Don't be afraid to ask for a discount for a midweek wedding. But yeah, pretty much all year round the Keys are busy because of our beautiful turquoise water and our warm weather in January, February, and March. When everybody else is cold, we're nice and warm down here.
Yes, we are. So I got a chance to walk around the prep area in the kitchen, and do you make all the food here and bring it to the wedding, or how does that work?
So we do the prep work here, but we actually cook on site the main entrees. If we're cooking steaks or fish, we bring the grills and we cook on site. We have some options of dinners where the chefs are actually cooking table side for everybody, their individual dinner, whatever they'd like.
Nice.
We do roast pigs, so we can have the whole pig on display and cut the pig there. We do plated dinners, buffet dinners. We do stations. So yeah, the main entrees are cooked on site, but we do use our kitchen here for all of the prep work.
Well, Debbie, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to
And
meet you too.
I've tasted your food. People rave about your service. So
Thank
please
you.
visit the website below and check out some of the pictures and the menu items. And it was a pleasure to speak with you.
Give us a call. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Russ Ginsburg, DJ extraordinaire. Russ, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hey, Jacob, thank you so much for coming to my South Florida offices.
My pleasure.
Does it get any better than this?
Not much, not much. I got to tell you, I have talked to so many people, and I said, you have a DJ, and your name always comes up. You are loved in the Keys. What's your secret?
Putting the bride and groom aside for a second, just working with the other vendors, you are a team.
Right.
Okay. You don't just go there and set up your equipment and then wait for the wedding to start. Mm-hmm. You gotta work with everybody else.
So how long have you been doing this for?
I've been DJing for about 16 years.
Wow.
And I've been DJing full time for just over 10 years. The wedding DJ is so much more than a DJ, okay? You're responsible. I mean, obviously the music is important, but there are so many other aspects that are important. The grand introductions, announcing the toast and the first dance, having the rapport, making it seem like you've known this bride and groom for 20 years.
Right. Do you get a chance to meet with them before the wedding and get a chance to talk to them at all?
If they're locals, absolutely, no question about it. But unfortunately, or fortunately, most of our brides are destination. They don't live here in Florida.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times a bride and groom have gotten to the venue and said, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful." And I said, "Oh, you've never seen it before?" "Oh no, we booked this basically just on pictures." Because they are other places.
Right.
So most of my communications are either by email, by phone, by Skype. That's how I communicate with the bride and groom. 30 days before their wedding, we actually have an hour to an hour and a half meeting on the phone or by Skype, where we go over everything from the time the first guest arrived right through the very last dance.
What area do you cover?
Well, I'll travel anywhere from Orlando all the way down to Key West. My primary areas are Key Largo, Islamorada. I do some marathon. Mm-hmm. I'm a Keys DJ.
And the type of music that you play, I mean, obviously you can't have just one set of music for every wedding. How do you pick and choose?
That's a great question, because I try not to pick and choose. I try to let the bride and groom pick and choose. So I send them a planner that I want them to fill out, and I send it to them 6 months before their wedding, so I really want them to take time. And I want to know what they like. I have a very important thing that I say to every bride and groom. I know what you like, okay, and you know what you like, But don't forget to take into consideration the other 100 people that are at your wedding.
So what is the most important part of the planning with the bride and the groom?
Well, the most important call is the one that I do 30 days prior. Because at that point, I've got a copy of the timeline that I've acquired from the planner.
Right.
And so I'm going over their ceremony music. I'm going over what they want to hear during cocktail hour. I'm going over their first dance, their father-daughter, their mother-son, how they want to be introduced. You know, the grand introduction is so important. It sets the tone for the whole night. So I want something exciting. I want everybody clapping along with their hands in the air.
Right.
So we go over the introductions. And of course I ask them, what do you want to wrap it up with at the end of the night? What do you want your final song of the evening to be? Because that's also important. You always want to leave them on a high note.
When it comes to picking a DJ, do you have any advice to the bride and the groom of how they should go about doing that?
Absolutely. There are a lot of great DJs in the Florida Keys, and I think you should talk to a number of them, okay? Not that I want you to go someplace else, but it's important that you're comfortable with your DJ. Check out a number of DJs, and I'm telling everybody out there, don't hire your DJ based on price, because you usually get what you pay for.
Right. How much advance notice does somebody have to give you to book an event?
You want to book me at least 6 months in advance. Okay. At least 6 months. If you want to guarantee that date, book me a year in advance.
So Russ, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming here today.
My pleasure. Like I said, everybody loves you that I've talked to, and you know, you've got something special going on, and,
you know,
and you're appreciated.
That means so much more to me, you know, than the money sometimes. You know, just having that camaraderie with anybody.
Right.
But if you're a bride or a groom and you're looking for a wedding DJ, as I said, there are many choices out there, but please Google my name, Russ Ginsburg. Anything you need to know about me. My website is floridakeysweddingdj.com. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to do your wedding.
And if you need a great DJ, Russ is your guy.
And if you need a good video guy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the Florida Keys Wedding Channel. I hope you enjoyed the information that was provided, and if you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, if you know somebody who's thinking about a destination wedding, please forward this video to them. So thank you once again. I'll have another video in a couple weeks, and have a fantastic day. Thank you. Bye-bye.